Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Thomas Reacts here on the 360 Experience with myself, Thomas Mabaso. Guys, I'm really happy to be here with you today. So today, guys, we are going to talk about the remarks that were made by the Anc Youth League president, the newly elected president, Mr. Collen Malatji. As we all know that the ANC have just elected its new governance, so ANC Youth League, rather, they've just elected its new governance. We saw their secretary generals and we saw their treasurers. I'm not gonna come here and start lying to you guys. I don't know any of those people. I don't know what they have done. I've never seen them. Even this guy, I've never seen him before. It's the first time I'm seeing him. So it was really interesting to watch what was gonna transpire there at the conference. And what really made everything very interesting was that I think it was a day after, or it was the same day, I don't really remember exactly, but the newly elected president of the ANC Youth League, Collen Malatji, went and did his first press conference as the president of the ANC Youth League. All right, I was really hyped up about that because the ANC Youth League has been non-existent for such a long time. So I was really hyped up about the press conference. I was really hyped up about the people that they have chosen, even though I don't know them, but you know, when we see people, then we can say maybe, okay, maybe something will happen here. I was really excited about everything. So Mr. Malatji went on TV and he made his first press conference as the ANC Youth League president. So I'm gonna say I'm really disappointed about his speech because he mentioned a lot of things there. But one thing that really caught my attention, or not only my attention, it was when he spoke about Julius Malema. Even on social media, people didn't really care about what he said about the policy issues. They were only interested about what he said about Julius Malema, which it's his own fault, because I don't think it was really necessary to address Malema. I don't know the beef or the arguments that they are having with the Julius Malema. I don't know anything that's happening between him and Julius Malema, but I really thought it was unnecessary to take the platform that was given to him to really address the issues that the ANC Youth League is going to focus on, the issues that the ANC Youth League is going to resolve, and how is the ANC Youth League going to play a role into next year's election, and how is the ANC Youth League is going to maybe convince a younger demographic to go out there and vote for the ANC. That's what we were all hoping. But Mr. Collen Malatji took this opportunity that was given to him to take swipes at Julius Malema, to basically attack him. I really found it was really, I must say it was really techy. And I didn't like that because, like I said previously, I really hoped that he was going to come there and outline the policies that they were going to work on. Or even though he did outline some of the policies that they were going to work on, but the speech around him, Julius Malema, like mentioning Julius Malema, took everything away from him. So guys, I'm going to play a small video of him when he was talking about Julius Malema. I'm going to let it play out and I'm going to react after, so stick with me, guys.
Malema was fired for economic freedom. Not true. It's a lie. It's a lie. That must be clarified. He was fired for ill discipline. He was fired for contravening the constitution of the ANC and the Youth League. He wanted to create a youth league to be a cult organization that belongs to him, like the EFF. Then the EFF, no matter how educated you are, you can't even speak. Educated doctors, they run around with water everywhere. Now here in the ANC, you are allowed to bring your views. That's why in the ANC we have got policy conferences, we have got NGCs, we have got meetings, platforms, we've got BGMs, why everyone who wants to form, who behave like cult, we expel them in the ANC. When they try to form their own organization, people move away from them. People are, Julius is popular on Twitter. If you can do a Twitter vote, according to Twitter, Julius will be the president of the country today. But our communities of the country reaffirms that the ANC is the only parliament of the people. And the ANC is the first organization to acknowledge its mistakes and problems. Malema was fine.
So guys, as we all saw what he just said, what Collen was just said there, I really think it was really interesting for him to say such things. And the most, I don't know how to put it, what really got my attention was the people laughing in the background. I don't know why those people were laughing. I don't know what they think is funny right now, because if we have to take Malatji and Malema and put them into comparisons, I have few questions I want to ask Mr. Collen. Hypothetically, let's say the ANC gets rid of him. Let's say the ANC expels Collen Malatji, and he decides to go out there and form his own political party. Will his political party be as successful as the EFF? If the ANC were to expel him and he decides to start his own party, would his party be as successful as the EFF in a space of 10 years? Because I think that is really one question that he really needs to think about. Because hiding from the ANC is nothing. Even those people who are laughing behind him, I think they are corny. And I don't think they should have encouraged him to continue speaking like this about Malema. Because honestly speaking, if we were to take him into comparison with Malema, he is nothing. Even right now, when he is the president of the Anc Youth League, when every time people mention the Anc Youth League, you know what they mention first, Julius Malema. So I don't know who advised him to go out there and start attacking Julius Malema. I don't know who thought it was a good idea for him on his first press conference to go out there and attack Malema. I don't care if they have their own political beefs or their own political disagreements. It's fine. But this guy is the president of a youth league, of a party that is dying. For him to stand there and say, yeah, the people of South Africa, they are still behind the ANC. I mean, what kind of buffoonery is that? What kind of nonsense is that? Where do these people live? The past 3 elections, what happened? Did the ANC increase or did it decline? Because as far as I'm concerned, the EFF is the only party that is increasing in its popularity and its numbers. The DA and the EFF, they are all falling down. So this guy who is the president of the Youth League, who has the perfect opportunity to address the issues that are affecting the youth right now, especially the unemployment issue, he decides to go out there and attack Malema with his minions at the back laughing. I don't know why are these people acting as if the ANC is performing very well. And as far as people are concerned, the Youth League died when Malema left. So I don't understand why would you go out there and make fun of Malema when Malema is literally like he's not on your level. Malema is not on your level. Malema right now is a global figure. EFF has branches all across Africa. That's why I said when I started this thing, I said, if the ANC were to expel him and Malatji were to start his own political party, would it be as big as the EFF? Would it be as effective as the EFF? Him as the president, would he be as effective as Julius Malema? Are these guys focusing on the right issues right now? Because when I think about the unemployment rate in South Africa, I really get angry. Because one of the things he said they will make sure that there is 50% of youth representation in parliament within the ANC. How will he do that? How? How is he going to do that? So it's fun, they attack Malema, it was all fun, but what is it exactly that he is going to implement? And what is it exactly that is going to make him different from Malema? Because what he just did, I don't know in which world he lives in. But his credibility, like, his credibility went down. So I'm really disappointed with this person because I thought going there on stage, the main issue that he was going to address was the issue of unemployment and what are they going to do to make sure that they address the issue of unemployment. And how are they going to create a conducive environment that allows the businesses to invest within South Africa so that the jobs opportunities can come. Because if we look right now, the South African youth unemployment rate is crazy. Look. It's crazy. 46.5% of the youth in this country is not working. And you are the president of the ruling party. You are the president of a youth league of a ruling party. If anything people want you to address this thing. If there's one issue that people want you to address, is one thing. It's this thing of unemployment rate. What is it that you guys are going to do to address this issue of unemployment rate? And what is it that you are going to do to make sure that you are encouraging the youth to go out there and vote for the ANC? And why would the youth vote for the ANC? Why? As a young person in South Africa, why would I go out there and vote for the ANC? Why? Are we sure right now we are focusing on right things? Are we not being distracted right now? We are honestly being distracted right now. Because I know what's going to happen. There are chances that Malema might not respond to him, but I know what's going to happen. If Malema responds to this guy is going to take the whole 5 years responding back to Malema. Because clearly that's what he wants. If him going on a press conference and telling people how bad Malema is, I don't know, maybe he thinks that is going to boost his credibility or something. I don't know. How is he different? What is he bringing to the table? What are they proposing? Because the Youth League is as good as dead. People don't know the Youth League. That's why I'm saying the last time the Youth League existed was when Malema was still the president of the Youth League. So instead of going to him and be like, bruh, what did you do to make such an impact in the ANC Youth League? Please teach me. You know, Vusi Tembekwayo once said that if you want to achieve something, you have to go to the masters. 48 laws of power. You have to learn from the master, but you can't outshine them. If this guy was really interested in making a difference, he would have gone there to Malema and be like, bruh, teach me. Teach me. Because I feel like comparing this guy with Malema, I feel like it's an insult to Julius Malema. Comparing this guy to Julius Malema is an insult, basically. There's no way. There's no way we can actually compare this guy with Julius Malema. Julius Malema right now is at a stage where he is competing with the president of the ANC, not the president of the ANC Youth League. So I think the Youth League is basically focusing on wrong things right now. Why? They are focusing on wrong things. Because like I said, if the ANC were to expel him and he were to start his own party, would it be as big as the EFF within 10 years? Who knows him? I saw 6 people standing on stage holding hands like this, and I was like, who are these people? Who are these people? And if I'm right, this guy has been in parliament for like 4 years, I think 4 or 5 years in parliament. What has he done? I've been following South African politics for a long time. I've never heard of his name. I don't know this guy. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? And I honestly don't think Julius Malema needs to respond to this guy right now. Because that is exactly what he's looking for. He's looking for Malema to respond to him, so that he can shout back at Malema, and now they have a screaming match. I mean, like, who is this guy? I want us to watch the video again. I want us to watch the video again so that you can hear again what the guy said. It's amazing, like, on your first press conference, even if this guy was standing on the stage for like 5 hours, that 1 minute took away from everything.
Fired for economic freedom, not true. It's a lie. Malema was fired for economic freedom, not true. It's a lie. It's a lie. That must be clarified. He was fired for ill discipline. He was fired for contravening the constitution of the ANC and the Youth League. He wanted to create a Youth League to be a cult organization that belongs to him, like the EFF. Then the EFF there, no matter how educated you are, you can't even speak.
And everybody knows that's a lie, guys. We know that's a lie. And the cameraman failed us because I actually wanted to see these people who are busy laughing behind him, because they are the ones who are fueling him to say these nonsensical things. Can someone please get me a list of those people who were laughing there, because I wanted to know what is it exactly that this guy is saying that is so funny. Because you see the badge right there behind you, you see that ANC logo, people are not happy with it. People are not happy with the ANC right now. And particularly the Youth League. South African youth don't want to hear anything about the Youth League because the Youth League hasn't done anything for them. So this guy couldn't wait to get on stage so that he can attack Malema, so that he can be on front news, so that bloggers like us can come out there and speak about him. It's a shame, man. It's a shame. For this guy to be out there talking like the ANC is this party that is doing wonders for people. And talk about the ANC is the only party that admits its mistakes. It's a shame, man. Because I really think this guy missed out on a chance to actually address the issues that are actually affecting the youth. We see the rising numbers of GBV. Women and children are being killed left, right in South Africa. South African artists are being killed left, right in South Africa. The issue of unemployment. The issue of low quality education. The issue of failing infrastructure in our education system. The fact that we still have kids out there who are using pit toilets. The fact that there are kids who are dying in pit toilets today. And the fact that we have a poor health care. And what is it that they are going to do to address the issue of health care? And what is it that they are going to do to attack the issue of illegal immigrants in South Africa? So this guy, when he comes there and talks about we want to have 50% of youth representation in parliament, what is it going to do? How is a normal human being going to benefit from having 50% of the youth in parliament? How am I going to benefit as an ordinary member of the public? What is it going to do to us? Or is it only going to help those who will be there in parliament? Because I feel like right now, as South Africans, we have many issues that are facing us. As much as people don't want to admit when it comes to the issue of illegal immigrants and taking their jobs, there are people who are saying like, these guys are taking our jobs. If I want to apply for a work at a restaurant, they will take a foreigner with no papers before they hire me. And what is it that they are going to do about the issue of the education system right now? Because South African universities are garbage. South African universities and colleges are garbage. They are filled with politics. So I feel like this guy missed out on a perfect opportunity to go out there and be as outstanding as possible. You couldn't wait to go out there on a press conference and attack Malema. What is it has he gained? Few headlines, few front paper headlines, few reaction videos like this. What is it that he has accomplished by doing this? And honestly, guys, do we honestly think that this guy can be compared with Julius Malema? I'm not saying that there's no chance of him working maybe in few years and proving that maybe he can be different than Julius Malema, but we are judging him based on what he said. And what he has said so far is nothing but garbage. So are we honestly going to allow people like this to actually lead us? This guy is not a leader. He's just one of the ANC members. He's not a leader. I don't care who says what. This guy is not a leader. Because if you are a leader, you know the issues that are facing the world right now. I mean, Julius Malema right now is voicing out his opinions mostly about the things that are taking place in the world right now. Julius Malema right now is a global figure. Julius Malema right now is at the stage where they are talking about war. They are talking about ICC, what South Africa should do, and basically telling the West to fuck off. He recently told Macron to take his French troops out of Africa to fuck off. EFF has branches all across Africa. If that don't show you how impactful Malema is, because clearly this guy still thinks that Julius Malema is still one of his buddies. So do you honestly believe that this guy can go out there and get the job done? Because you know, man, if you are a leader, you know what to say and what not to say. President Ramaphosa don't get on stage and start saying crazy things. He knows what to say and when to say what. So even if you can give a press conference for like 8 hours, it's only going to take 2 minutes to distract from everything that you were trying to say. Which is exactly what happened. Because even if you can go online right now, check Malatji and Malema, or you can go on his Twitter feed, the only thing that people are commenting about is why did you say that about Malema, Bram? What is it exactly that you are trying to prove? Malema has proven himself. He's a successful leader, man. Talking like the EFF is some cope, or I don't know what is this Cloud Mtwening's party, man? Nah, man, guys. And as South African youth, we deserve this. South African youth deserve this. We deserve this kind of leaders. Because we don't want to take part in our politics. If South African youth was interested in taking part in our politics, we would have known that this guy is not it. We would have known that. But it's fine, as long as we are drinking, as long as we get our 350s, it's fine. Because a man once said, if you are a young person and you don't participate in politics, you are going to be led by fools. Was he wrong? He's not. If you don't take part in politics, you are going to be led by fools. And this is exactly what's happening right now.
Educated doctors they run around with water everywhere. Now here in the ANC, you are allowed to bring your views.
Maybe in the ANC, you guys, all of you guys are allowed to bring in the views. That's why the party is broken up in pieces, man. And I know that you guys said that you don't believe in the issue of white monopoly capital. You don't believe in radical economic transformation. Of course you don't believe in radical economic transformation. Because the only thing you're interested in is being a celebrity. I mean, like, if you can go there and watch the full press conference, you can see it on his face. Talking about the other issues, he was not that interested about talking about them. But as soon as he got the chance to mention Malema, his face lit up. Because he knew that, okay, this is my moment to shine. He knew that this is my moment to shine. This is my moment to show everyone that I'm a star. And honestly, who is this guy? I've never heard of him. If he has spent so much time in parliament, what policy has he's pushed forward? What has he done for the youth? Because with Julius Malema, we can say that he has provided us with an alternative. I can no longer be a part of this. I can no longer be a part of this ANC party, so I'm going to open up my party. And we are going to address the issues and we are going to go at them head on. And I think everyone knows, every student knows in South Africa, if you have problems at your institution or if you have problems at work, people are quick to text the EFF. People are quick to send emails to the EFF. I've never seen anyone texting the ANC or tagging the ANC and telling them about the problems they have. Why? Because they know the kind of response they are going to get. But with Julius Malema and the EFF, people know that. I'm not saying that the EFF is perfect. No party is perfect. But I'm saying Malema was bold enough to give us an alternative. Because if this guy honestly thinks that he's a leader of youth in South Africa, he's crazy. He's out of his mind, man. Out of his goddamn mind, man. If this guy honestly thinks that he's a leader of the youth in South Africa, he's out of his mind. Telling me, a regular folk like me, that you're going to have a 50% representation in youth, it absolutely does nothing for me. What is it that you are going to do to better the lives of youth in this country? This guy is only interested about being a celebrity. That's why you can see that. That's why I say, go out there and watch the full press conference and check his facial expression and check his facial expression. You can see him when he was talking about Malema. His face lit up. Literally, it lit up. Because he knows that this is my kind. This is my day to actually become a star in South Africa. This is my day to actually become a celebrity in South Africa. That's why we have people like Thomas out here reacting to some of the nonsense that he said. He doesn't care. The newspapers are happy because we know that the newspapers, the newspapers of South Africa, they hate Julius Malema. They're happy, the papers. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows that during the elections, the ANC, they like to take volunteers and spread them into different townships to encourage people to vote, and especially vote for the ANC. Does this guy honestly believe that the people are going to allow anyone with an ANC regalia to enter their gates or to enter their yards? Because I've had a couple of interviews and people told me straight up that I am not going to allow anyone with an ANC t-shirt to come into my yard. Because saying all these things that you are saying, he's showing that he's arrogant. If the ANC was really remorseful, they wouldn't have sent people like this out there. Or maybe they would have briefed him on what to say. They would. Because saying that Julius Malema can only be a president on Twitter, Julius Malema is popular than him in all aspects. Julius Malema is popular than him in all aspects. I mean, if Julius Malema was to go back to the ANC Youth League and say he wants to contend for the Youth League president, he would kick his ass out. Malema is popular than him in all aspects. Millions of people have voted for the EFF. Malema is more popular than you, bro. On social media, on the ground level, in politics in general. He's more popular than him. He's actually built something. He's actually built an alternative for people who no longer want to be in the ANC. So South African youth, I don't want to lie, South African youth, this is exactly what we deserve. This is what we deserve for not taking part into politics. I'm not going to sit here and start lying. This is exactly what we expect. I expected this. Because even today, Mention the word ANC Youth League. Anywhere in Africa, if you mention the word ANC Youth League, people the only word, the only name that people remember is Julius Malema. So I don't know if going to Julius Malema, and I don't know if attacking Julius Malema I don't know if you thought that attacking Julius Malema was going to do something for your credibility, but I don't want to lie. As an ordinary person, there down goes your credibility. And who are these guys who are laughing behind him? What is it exactly that is funny? Are we funny? Is South Africa a joke? Because if you say South Africa is a joke, then we, the people, are a joke. Exactly. We are a joke. Because I think someone could have just told him that, bruh, this is not the time. South African youth right now is depressed. Young people are dying left, right, and center. Depression, suicide. Because basically life is unbearable in South Africa. If you are a young person with no political connections, life is bad for you in South Africa. And I don't think the South African youth wanted to live in a space where they can't even access jobs because they are not connected to some of the political people. So why are those people sitting there and laughing? Whereas this guy was supposed to stand there and address the issues that are affecting us as the youth in South Africa. Why? Few jokes about inclusive makes you forget that you guys have a mandate. What? Because actually this video actually made me angry. This particular clip actually made me angry. Because it showed me the kind of leadership we have within the ANC. Just imagine if we have this kind of a leadership within the youth structure. These are the same people who are going to take over the mother body of the ANC. People who are worried about their opponents. I've never heard Malema address you, bruh. But he couldn't wait to address Julius Malema. I've never heard Julius Malema address this guy. I've never heard of this guy. I don't know a single thing that this guy has achieved. I don't know a single policy that this guy has pushed forward. And it's crazy because he wants Julius Malema to respond to him. And like I said, if Julius Malema responds to him, he's going to take the next 15 years responding back to Julius Malema. That's it. Because he said things about Julius Malema. If Julius Malema fires back, you know what's going to happen in the next press conference. The issues of South African youth is bye-bye. Because controversy sells, right? The only things that those stupid reporters are going to ask him about is Julius Malema. Yeah, we heard what Julius Malema, what's your reaction to that? Julius Malema said that you are in. Julius Malema said, that is the only thing. The South African media don't care about the issues that are affecting the youth. So if you are going to stand there in front of the media on such a huge platform and talk this kind of a nonsense instead of addressing the issues that are facing us as young people in this country, I see you are useless. You are useless competing with people who are way above your pay grade. You are punching way above your weight. Because the Youth League is a mess right now. Everybody knows the Youth League is a mess. The Youth League doesn't exist. That's why I will keep saying that the last time people were interested in anything Youth League was when Malema was still president. So this guy is going to do the exact same thing as his motherboard representatives. They are all the same. I'm convinced, bro. I'm convinced. Because this one particular clip, it only takes like 1 minute and 37 seconds. 1 minute and 37 seconds. That's how much it takes to fuck up your whole press conference. So I don't know if this guy thinks just because he's a president of ANC Youth League, technically now he's on the same level as Malema. Obviously that's what he thinks. That's what he thinks. That's why he feels so confident to challenge Malema. Because he thinks that I'm a president of Youth League. So now I'm equivalent to Malema. But Malema is way above your pay grade. I'm not going to sit here and waste time and talk about Julius Malema's achievements, whereas I don't even know a single thing that you have achieved. So guys, this is the kind of a leadership that we have right now. This is the kind of a leadership that the ANC Youth League has. You know, this thing reminds me that I live in Velkom in the Free State. So one day I was in town. Then I saw some particular building there. I saw some few ANC members standing outside. And I think they were I think the doors were written something like maybe it's a parliamentary branch or whatever. So because I do this podcast, sometimes I talk with political figures. I just went there and asked questions. And these people didn't know what they are talking about. Two of them ran away from me, basically. And the last guy who stood there, he basically doesn't know what he was talking about. He was telling me that, no, this is a parliamentary. I said, I can see that this is a parliamentary aid. But what are your day-to-day activities? What is it that you do here? What is it that you are contributing here that's bettering my life as a citizen? And this guy couldn't answer me. He couldn't. I actually wanted to go there for the second time with my cameras and everything, so that I can show you what I'm talking about. So if you are led by people like this guy, that's the exam results that you'll get. Those are the results that you'll get. Because the guy didn't even understand what I'm talking about. I'm like, bro, you are wearing an ANC regalia. And you are standing in front of an ANC building. What is your day-to-day responsibility? What are you doing to better my life? So I'm really disappointed and I'm really angry. I woke up very early to make this video because it has been itching me for a long time. Ever since I saw this video, I was like, this is not real. This is not real. So I'm really disappointed with this guy because I actually wanted to show you the comparisons of him with Julius Malema, but with the achievements. But I honestly believe that there's no need to do that. Everyone knows that what Julius Malema has achieved in the past 10 years. And we've only seen this guy on TV once. So, Mr. Collen, if you happen to see this reaction, please send me an email so that we can do a proper sit down. This is really disappointing, man. It's really disappointing.
That's why in the ANC we have got policy conferences, we have got NGCs, we have got meetings, platforms, we have got BGMs. Everyone, we even went further during the local government elections to open up our candidacy to communities. That is the ANC, it's not a cult organization. That's why away from them.
Who moved away from who? When they start their own organizations, people move away from them. Who moved away from who? Who moved away from Julius Malema? Because I think it's fair to say that people moved away from Teralokota with his cope. But who moved away from Julius Malema? Honestly, guys, are we honestly forgetting that we are talking about the guy who engineered the third largest party in South Africa within the space of 10 years? EFF is the third biggest party in South Africa. And the only party right now that is rising in numbers. In the past 2 or 3 elections, the ANC have been decreasing, the EDA have been decreasing. But the EFF is the only party that is. So what is he talking about when he talks about people moving away from them? Is this sheer ignorance? I don't know, this guy is being naive or he's plain ignorant. Who moved away from who? Who moved away from Julius Malema? Who? Who moved away from Julius Malema, bro? I don't understand. Who moved away from Julius Malema? If people want to start their own organizations and behave like cults, we'll expel them and people will move away from. Who moved away from who? So basically this guy is saying he will never leave the ANC. It doesn't matter how the kind of damage the ANC does to this country, he will never leave. Because he believes that if you leave the ANC, you want to form a cult-like organization. And honestly, guys, look at this guy. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? What has he done? What has he accomplished? What has he done? I've never seen him before. People have never seen him before. I was online there scrolling, hoping to get some of the things that he has. Like, this guy has achieved absolutely fuck all.
People like Julius is popular on Twitter. If you can do a Twitter vote, according to Twitter, Julius will be the president of the country today.
So let's say hypothetically, this guy, Cyril Ramaphosa moves out and allows these guys to be the president of the ANC. Hypothetically, I know it won't happen because Cyril Ramaphosa is not so stupid to do something so dumb. So let's say hypothetically, Cyril Ramaphosa moves out of the way and he puts this guy. And Julius Malema is there with his EFF. And we host elections today. Who do you think people will vote for? Julius Malema is already giving Cyril Ramaphosa a tough time. And Steen has a tough time. Who is this guy? Why is he speaking as if like he can defeat Malema in elections? Who is this guy? He's only popular on Twitter, but Julius Malema is popular throughout the world. Where do this guy live? Julius Malema is popular throughout the world. In Africa, the guy is being treated like Thomas Sankara. You know, when people see Julius Malema, they see Thomas Sankara. They see Gaddafi, they see Mugabe. Who is this guy? Honestly, guys, who is this guy? So if he believes that Julius Malema is only popular on Twitter, so he actually believes that he is better than Julius Malema. So Collen, if you are better than Julius Malema, why don't you go out there and start your own political party? We'll give you 10 years, but it's fine. We'll give you 10 years. Prove yourself, go out there and start your own political party. You see people like Gideon Mackenzie, people like Herman Mashaba, those guys I respect, bro. I don't really care about their political standing, but those guys I respect. You know why I respect people like Gideon Mackenzie and who is this guy? The black like me guy. Mashaba. And Teralokot, I respect him too, bro. Those guys, I respect them. If you believe that the ANC is no longer serving the purpose, you go out there and you give people an alternative. This guy knows that people don't like the ANC. He knows that people hate the ANC right now. And he's gonna stand in there acting like people are in favor of the ANC. What favor, bro? What favor? Hasn't he seen the numbers? Where was he, this guy, the past 2 elections? What did he do personally to make sure that the ANC is appealing to people? What has he done? What has he done personally to make sure that the ANC is appealing to the people? So if the ANC has been dropping for the past 3 elections, it means that you are also a failure, because apparently you have been in parliament for years, bro. So you are a failure. A party that you've been a part of has been decreasing, bro, in numbers. What does that say about your resume, bro? And I'm gonna say it again, I still believe that this guy has missed out on an opportunity to really address the issues that are affecting South Africans, especially the youth. Because South African youth right now is suffering, bro. People who are over 35, they are not being hired. Below 35, there's practically no work, bro. If people hire you, they want you to have some sort of an experience or bribe. So guys, I'm really tired about speaking about this guy. I honestly hope that Julius Malema never responds to this guy, because if Julius Malema responds to this guy, he's only going to fuel him. And he's going to be more popular, but not popular because he works hard. Popular because he says nonsense. So guys, my name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time on Thomas Reacts. Please leave your comments and please don't forget to like and subscribe to the page. I will see you next time. Bye bye.